I lost. He won, and.
By the way, just to interrupt you, I'm just streaming live now. We are live, yeah? Welcome to Amuragal FM. The time is exactly a minute to 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. in London City. And the temperature is just 8 degrees Celsius. Today, second day of December 2016. The Gambia has decided. The incumbent president who's been in power for 23 years has been removed by the ballot polls. So power to the people. Yes, power to the people. Once again, we got a special guest on the radio. This party hasn't been on the radio for a couple of months, but everyone is busy. But because this is a special occasion, we had Christmas had come early. Two Christmas in one month. Huh? Michelle Jomandi is on Amuragal FM. Good evening, Michelle Jomandi. Good evening, Michelle.
Good evening. Yeah.
How are you? I know you've been following everything. Give us your analysis.
Exactly.
Give us a little bit of in-depth analysis.
Yeah, I think I just wanted to say hello to everyone listening to us. And the reason why I'm excited is because this issue is really about West Africa. Do you understand? And anything that concerns Africa, and especially West Africa, I'm also, I try to get involved and understand more. The issue with Jammeh, you know, in West Africa, we all scared of what he can do. So I'm very glad today that the election finished, no bloodshed, and we are hearing that Jammeh has accepted his defeat. So he has conceded. If that's the truth, I really, really, really appreciate that, and I have to congratulate him as well. So yeah, that's all I can say for the time being.
And by the way, he has congratulated during a telephone conversation. He has called the winner of the coalition, Mr. Adama Barrow. Adama Barrow in person to congratulate him and also promise to work hand in hand with him and come down to the State House and help him pack his luggage to go to his native village. It's a very moving. It's a very, how do you call it? It's a little bit touching having to see him smiling.
One thing I have to say. When things like this happen, I know people are upset. I know Jammeh did some stuff in the past that will catch up to him. But at a certain point, we need to know where to put a line. You know what I mean?
That's
how to put a stop to it. We know Jammeh was in power for 22 years. So bear in mind, he has supporters rooted in this country. So any harm on Jammeh will only start again any sort of tribal thing. So if you call the guy and congratulate him, it's a very, very good sign of a kind of democracy. It's very, very fragile right now, but the step he made is very, very important. And he's doing that not for anybody, yes, but for the sake of Gambian population. If he does that, people should, at least forgive him for the time being. Let the country settle, and they could do whatever they want to do. We're all doing that for the population.
A period of recovery in a way. Yeah,
yes.
We need that.
We never had a democratic process. Gambia never had. It's just the beginning. You don't do anything with blood, with vengeance, with anger.
Oh no.
He has done something. Yeah, he has done something. And you regret it. The country made him pay for that by voting against him this time. He understood. He shook his hand, and that's the end. Anything that needs to be done, it will be done according to the law. Not people trying to attack him anyhow.
I know the show is slightly early, but I've got a question once you mentioned that, because I was just watching the GRTS, Gambian Radio and Television Services, at home just now. and the guy, the commander of the security services, was warning the populace, the population. People went out this morning after the announcement of the result, just after 12 o'clock, I think, Gambian time. People went out there ripping off the bollard with his pictures, his portraits, and everything were removed in the streets of the Combo area. I've seen that on video. I don't think that's appropriate, because according to the constitution of the Gambia, he can stay in power for the next 60 days. So, and the security services...
in the way you understand people's feelings. You understand?
I do understand people's feeling, but what do you think, as you said, is fragile? Because when you mentioned the word fragile, let me touch on that. So having taken account of him having to be there for the next 60 days and the security services, anything can flip at any time. What do you think? What's your advice to those people on the ground and the Gambian population as a whole to be careful what to do or what to not to say?
Okay, earlier you just told me Jamel Cole, and I say he's ready to work hand in hand. The word hand in hand is very, very important. So in order not those sort of things to happen, he will have to work hand in hand. It means he will talk to his part of people, and the government in place will also talk to the rest of people, and they will both come out and say, stop the war. People, obviously, as I said, 22 years under a kind of dictatorship, people will not just walk away or pass away.
True.
Just clean it under the carpet so easily. But as I said, it will take time. 22 years is not 22 days. No. It will take time. But tomorrow is another day. Next month, a bit by bit, people will come down and they will watch the new government working in Gambia. Yeah, that's it. So I have a bit of hope that everything will be done peacefully.
So what about the Mr. Adama Barrow?
Yeah.
Mr. Adama Barrow is a surrogate and a party member of the UDP, United Democratic Party, whose Adama Barrow's predecessor is in jail right now. The person Adama Barrow succeeded is in jail right now. So what do you think? Do you think that person should be retried or be freed?
Yeah, again, as I was saying, if everything goes smoothly and if Jamed is prepared to work smoothly with the new government coming, and the guy who went to jail, if it was a political issue, then yes, he hasn't done anything bad.
No.
Jamed just wanted to put him away and carry on with his government. Therefore, I think the best thing for Jamed even is to release him before he started the power.
That's right. He's 60 days.
Right now, again, as I said, we are fragile. We don't even know what democracy is. Everything we do nothing is in the book. People just do things as we go along. Our constitution, our law, nothing is followed at all. So I wouldn't say, apply the law and do this. No, we don't have law. Because if we have law, that guy wouldn't have gone to jail in the first place. Therefore, forgiveness. We know we put a bit of white man law, and we also use our culture, which is based on forgiveness. Yeah, back in the days when we want to do things, we go under the tree and we saw our things in the village. So you need to apply, those two civilizations slowly until we get stronger and stronger. There's no place for radicalization in whatever you do, because we do not have a strong constitution for the country.
On that same note, this man, the president, the outgoing president, Mr. Jammeh, he said he's gonna deport the Mandingos, a whole tribe, back to Mali because they are not the nationals of the Gambia. And also he stood up and said those people, so-called opposition, they are vermins, but they will never even be MPs nor presidents in this country. they're going to disappear one by one, two by two, three by three before the day of the election. So he was just bluffing, isn't he?
Yeah, oh, definitely. I mean, to do that, you need to have people behind you to do whatever he just said. But as you notice now, okay, nobody is behind him because he just lost plainly square the election. So how is he going to process everything he said in the past? When he was in power, it was easy to say, but now it's not. So this is one issue that you shouldn't worry anyone, because the new government knows exactly what to do.
So do you think at this early stage there should be a reconciliation body in charge of maybe listening to victims of disappearances, torture, murder, false imprisonment, or a body that should be in place to counsel those people?
Okay, any type of situation like this, when it has arisen in a country, there is no appropriate solution. There's no country who has managed to give a solution that the whole country is happy with. That we manage. It's a new government, the guy coming. And also remember, the government coming is not from a party, it's a coalition. So there will be lots of ideas plunging into the government. So you need a strong government to see what idea to select and how to move forward with the country. It's all about the country. It's not about one individual person. It's about the future. Yeah. So all you have to do, as I said, is just imagine that you have a broken roof that lots of people you were sitting under. So that roof is completely broken and is shaking all over the place. How are you going to work with that roof, to keep it steady as you're going for a very, very long distance? Think of it. Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, people died, but you need to do something. At the same time, we feel sorry for people who die and
lost their lives.
For the parents as well. Yeah. They lost their lives.
The loved ones.
Be able to manage all this as you move forward. Otherwise, you will be stagnated in the
past.
In everything. In the past and on everything that Jamed has done, and now you won't be moving forward. It's unfortunate that it has happened, but solution will be found as you go along.
True. So what about, let's touch on the security services, because what kind of rooted him into power for this last 22 years is having to have lots of secret agents, lots of servicemen around him for his security. So how do you think the Gambian people will maintain that high amount of security services? Or shall we maybe try and dissolve the army or dissolve one of the services or what?
No, dissolving is not the issue. When you have a staff that is not working properly, sacking is not the issue. Try to retrain the army, take them to the right. Maybe they didn't know that what they were doing before was not good. But if you apply the appropriate way of working for a country, they will understand, and you will turn those bad guys into good guys. And remember, Jamed said, we work hand in hand. So all the security people, you will just say, please join the army or drop your weapon. We lost. And I'm very sorry. Thank you for everything you've been doing for me for 22 years. But I think the country should move forward now. Yeah. Well,
power to the people. And once again, we're going to take this opportunity to thank all those people in the diaspora, all those strugglers at home, abroad, those people who were not even Gambians, people like Michelle, yourself, people like Jeffrey Smith. This is a white guy in America. He's sleepless, always posting on Twitter. Those in America, the GDF, the Democratic Army, and they end up being promoted. What would happen with those people's promotion and their positions?
Again, as I said, when you come to the office and you know there are bad people, you need to make a very, very long assessment. Do you understand? Assessment from the beginning to the end. And whatever you do, it has to be for the good of the country. It's all about moving forward. You need to assess people and decide who is bad or how you need to improve. And during the improvement, and some people will be affected. And that improvement, if it's really a true improvement that you want to make towards the country,